a little bit less intense on that front as well, although very, very lopsided. I mean, we're still obviously in sell mode. And then the VIX, I keep talking about it, definitely have massive urgent hedging demand for the indexes. That's going to not show you the intraday charts, but basically you're up to 54 middle of the day. It's very high. This is the crash zone. When you get up toward 50, normally, even when markets calm down, they need some sideways time to chop around and kind of get a new base built.
So, Mike, again, we've talked about all these factors, like the volatility index, where bonds are and where credit are. And we also said at the top that it was important to see whether we traded higher on the week or lower from the close. And it looks like for the S&P, we will close.
Yeah, we're checking off those boxes. I think, without a doubt, an enormous amount of selling happened into this week and then through this week. So it's not as if we needed automatically to go down more to account for what we're going to find out on Monday. I do think also, look at the reversal in bond yields. Was today finally the buying climax in treasuries? You went down to 0.66%. You're going to close in the high 70s. It seems like nothing because it's still below 1%, but it shows you that at some point we reached these extremes and backed away from them.
I mean, this rally really is something. We're now down 140 points on the Dow, session highs. We've come back from a deficit of almost 900 points where we were just before we started the final hour of trade. Can we pull up the bond market as well? Because what we've seen is this pattern where bond yields have led the market and some signs of stabilization there. But again, Mike, it's been a fake out before.
Yeah, it
has. Stabilize. But as you can see, just in the last few moments, we've reached session highs on the bond yields as well.
Sure. No, I think, does the market have to go down more than 14% in 13 trading sessions immediately to account for what's coming? We don't know. If it's a quiet weekend, who knows? I wouldn't want to make predictions. I do think it's been a very good policy not to overinterpret or extrapolate any one day that we've had this week.
Dan, what does the action tell you? I know you're not. You're pretty bearish, right? But
I mean, listen, I'm not somebody. I'm skeptical. I don't press lows, but I don't love the fact that 2 Fridays in a row the market's closing on the highs. I think this administration doesn't love the fact of an empty news cycle where people could talk about the stock market being down so much. And I think there's some goofy stuff going on. I'm not one of these kind of plunge protection people who think that always happens, but something just happened here, and it was nothing fundamental.
We'll point out that clearly we've rallied significantly, as we just said, but all of the sectors on the S&P do remain in the red today, so the selling is still broad, even though it has lessened. Oil still down 9 points.